Hello, my name is Dr. Parag Mahajan and I am the principal author of this article titled Magnetic Resonance Imaging Features of Brain and Spinal Cord Injury in a Fatal Case of Isopropanol Intoxication. Abstract. A 60-year-old man presented with headache, dizziness and disorientation one day after consumption of isopropanol along with ethanol. Computed tomography of the brain performed immediately was unremarkable. The patient collapsed within the hospital 30 minutes after the CT scan was done and remained comatose until death, showing no improvement with symptomatic treatment. Magnetic resonance imaging of the brain and spine done 6 days after admission revealed bilaterally symmetrical hyperintensities involving the cerebral and cerebellar cortex and white matter, basal ganglia, thalami, and brainstem on T288, fluid attenuated inversion recovery, and diffusion weighted images. Similar hyperintensities were seen involving the swollen and edematous cervical spinal cord and cerebellar tonsillar herniation compressing the proximal cervical cord. Petechial hemorrhages were also noted within the brainstem. These features are compatible with toxic injury to the brain and cervical spinal cord. To our knowledge, the magnetic resonance imaging features of brain and spinal cord injury and cerebellar tonsillar herniation secondary to isopropanol intoxication have not been reported in the published literature before. T2 weighted FLAIR and T2 star weighted images showing hyperintensities involving the cerebral and cerebellar cortex and white matter, basal ganglia, thalami, and brainstem bilaterally, solid black arrows. A focal hyperintense lesion is noted in the right temporal periventricular white matter, open black arrow. Petechial hemorrhages are noted in the brainstem and gangliocapsular regions bilaterally, white arrows. T2 weighted images of the brain and cervical spinal cord showing hyperintensities involving the cerebellar cortex and brainstem, solid black arrows. The cervical spinal cord is swollen and reveals hyperintense signal within it. This image shows restricted diffusion involving the entire cerebellum bilaterally. Unenhanced T1 weighted axial images of the brain and sagittal images of brain and cervical spinal cord showing hypointensities involving cerebral and cerebellar cortex and white matter, basal ganglia, thalami, and brainstem bilaterally, solid black arrows. A focal hypointense lesion is noted in the right temporal periventricular white matter, black arrow. The cervical spinal cord is swollen and reveals hypointense signal within it, open white arrows. In conclusion, we present a very rare case of involvement of cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem, and cervical spinal cord demonstrated on MRI after consumption of isopropanol and ethanol. To our knowledge, involvement of the cervical spinal cord and cerebellar tonsillar herniation after toxic alcohol ingestion have not been reported before in the published literature. Ingestion of approximately 200 ml of pure isopropanol can be lethal.